Depending on what your thought is of AI, I just want to point out something. I think so many people are worried about that AI is going to take over the world. It's going to get to a point where we can't detect reality from fake things. And when hackers or scammers get a hold of this, it's just going to cause havoc on the world. I always go back to how sophisticated humans really are. I think humans are way smarter than we give ourselves credit for. Humans are going to continue to evolve. Like we just had the Winter Olympics, and I love watching the Olympics because it's so inspiring. It's amazing to see people break records and, just make what once felt impossible possible. The best example that I can think of when I think about AI and I think about humans and our role with AI, I like to look back at animation. So this is Monsters, Inc. This film came out in 2001. So this film is 25 years old now. And when this came out, this was very revolutionary for the time of animation. I remember watching behind the scenes when they would talk about Sully and just how complicated, his fur was, and having, the physics of how fur would actually behave in the real life and how long it took to render and all this. This may not be the best example, but you can just see how much more information and detail is being captured, how much more light and shadows are being rendered. The backlight of his fur, saturation, the colors, there's just so much more detail. The hat, you can see the dirt, the grunge. And this was even just 10 years ago, but you can see how much animation improved in that amount of time. I think even a more clear example is looking at Toy Story. If you look at the original Toy Story compared to the latest Toy Story, especially with Andy, you can just see there's a ton of change that has happened. Sure, Toy Story was animated by actual humans, but I think the principle still stays the same with AI. I think that we are just going to continue to evolve. As AI gets better, we're going to evolve with it. Now, what is it going to become in 10, 15 years? I don't know. The AI is good only under its captain. So if you are good at prompting, then you're going to be good with using AI. And just like how visual effects can enhance practical effects, I think AI is just going to enhance the work that we do. We're not at a point yet that the AI is going to take over the creative's job. Copywriters are still in need because everybody can detect when something's written by ChatGPT, and it's more than just the M dashes, or it's way more than just, the list that it creates or whatever it might be. People are going to continue to need people who have good taste and have good standards. People at the end of the day don't really care who makes their video or who makes their website. They just care about that person has good taste, they know what they're doing, and they're a professional about it. I don't think people are really interested by things that are completely made by machines. Like if sports were taken over by robots, like we just had the Winter Olympics, and if it was robots competing against robots, I think people would lose interest in that. The more we've had things mass-produced by machines, the quality has gone down, and the more we value things that are made from scratch or things that are handmade and handcrafted. And so I think that's always going to be a part of humanity because we are humans and we like things that are made by humans. If you have any additional comments or thoughts about AI and how it pertains to creatives, please leave them below. I'd be interested to read and hear what others are thinking about this. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.